Hey, dragonflies, how are we? Welcome or welcome back. I'm quite nervous. I'm feeling quite vulnerable, if I'm honest. So you all know that I've been hand illustrating a little tarot deck. I finished all the cards anyway. And I want to show it to you. I wanted to show it to you, but I'm really quite nervous because this is such a very, very personal little project. When I say I've finished, I haven't actually finished the backs. The backs are still plain, for a couple of reasons. One is because I've ordered a rubber stamp for them, and it hasn't arrived yet. I'm a little worried it's not going to, having looked at the tracking details, but we shall see. But also, annoyingly, the black fine liner I used has been transferring onto some of the backs, which is really annoying. I'm hoping that the stamp will sort of cover that, assuming it arrives. If it doesn't arrive, and any of you guys have got any ideas on how to make uniform backs without using a computer, because that's really important to me that I am not using a computer for this, then please let me know. I'd love some ideas. So I'm keeping it in this little pouch for now. My neighbour made this for me for my birthday for sort of cosmetics and things. But actually it fits in here really nicely. It's a bit of a pain to get in and out of it though, that's the only thing. So I know my mum is making me some tarot wraps and things, so I expect it will eventually live in one of those. But for now, this gorgeous little bag is it's a great home for it. Okay, I should probably stop talking about it and actually show you. The reason I did this wasn't because I'm planning on releasing this, any sort of doing a Kickstarter or anything like that. Really, it's for my own personal use, because A, I love to create things, and B, I thought it would be a really, really valuable learning tool, and a learning experience, to really get to understand the cards, based on the RWS system. Some cards are more successful than others. Some of them I hate, some of them I love. But that's just the way of these things when you create something yourself. As I said, I thought it was really, really important. I do use computer graphics and various things that I do, but for me it felt really important that this was a hand-made project, something I hand illustrated. I should just get on and show you, really, shouldn't I? I'll talk you through the process a little bit as I show you. I won't sort of talk about my thought process for each card, just because of time, really. But I can do a video that's a proper kind of walkthrough of the cards if you want me to. So it wasn't initially supposed to be so cartoony. I wanted to base it on our garden and the beings that I like to think inhabit the sort of hidden places of our garden. We're really lucky, we've got a lovely garden that feels completely magical, and I wanted to base it on that, but I wanted it to be much more realistic. I didn't want it to be cartoony, but I don't know, once I started, these cute little figures just sort of flowed out of me. They just seemed to be right. So that's where we stuck. And I thought it was going to be a massive struggle as well, to come up with each card. But it wasn't. They just kind of flowed. And yeah, as I said, some of them I'm much happier with than others. There are some I know I can improve, that the drawings just didn't go well. And then there's this back transfer thing. I think I'd probably have to use a different fine liner if I were to do it again. Don't think I am going to do it again because wow. But yeah, And I used, actually talking about pens, I used Pro markers. I love, they're Winsor & Newton, I think, aren't they? Winsor & Newton Pro markers. I love Pro markers. I use them in a lot of things. I use them in my grimoire, actually, because they don't leave colour lines. They blend beautifully. But oddly, on this card, yeah, look at the transfer. It's so frustrating. Yeah, on this card, they just kind of, they don't do that so much. So I ended up with a kind of almost textured watercolour effect, which I don't hate. So I kept ploughing on with it, because it just added something a little bit different to the art style, I think. But yeah, sorry, I've lost my train of thought now completely. Oh, hang on, no, that's not in the right order. Bear with me. Right, what have we got there? We've got, yeah, hang on. King of Thorns. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, so suit-wise, the suits really came from the figures, because they ended up being kind of cutesy in a lot of ways. That kind of led to me renaming the suits. Apart from cups, I was going to call it cupules because that's what the little acorn cups are called. That's what I wanted to use for the cups, but I didn't think this, like the three of cupules, sounded quite right, so I have stuck to cups. But I've got, so here, for example, thorns instead of swords, twigs instead of wands, because I just kind of thought about what will be accessible to these beings. And then I have pebbles instead of pentacles. So yeah, some of them are, I think I prefer the fairy cards to most of the gnome cards, honestly. And the elf cards. But I think that, oh no, well, she's kind of cute. But yeah, it's no, by no means perfect. And some of the cards, like I say, I really am like, ugh, I could have drawn that so much better. But it is what it is, and I love it because it's imperfect and because it's been a labour of love. And like I say, it's been such a valuable learning experience because I really feel tarot has super clicked for me whilst creating this, because I've been really forced to think about each card. Oh, do you know what? This one, the Devil card, I wasn't sure what to do, and it came to me in a dream. Would you believe I had a dream about the cat's paw? Yeah, bizarre. But yeah, so this is, yeah, see, I hate that one, but I'll just pop that one on top, because I really like that one. I really like the Wheel of Fortune card. Anyway, so yeah, it's, as I say, I still need to do the backs. Hopefully my stamp will arrive. If not, I'm going to have to kind of either find an alternative stamp or another way of doing it. And you know, my husband, bless him, is absolutely adamant that I need to do something more with this deck and that I can't just keep it for myself. I should try and get it published or self-published, run a Kickstarter. I don't know. I mean, first off, I don't think it's good enough. It's good enough for my use, and I love it with all its imperfections. But I don't know. Would people even consider buying it? I don't know. And also, you know, we're both in the midst of starting new businesses, and I know it's a lot of work to get something published, despite, you know, well, sorry, regardless of whether you're self-publishing or not. And I don't know if I've got that in me. Oh, who knows? You know, I've done sort of working with printers before. I've done some graphic design for work in the past, but yeah, it just feels like a really overwhelming thing at the moment. But you know, ultimately, that isn't why I made this. I made this because, like I said, to learn, and it's really helped me learn. And because I love to create things, and I love to do that by hand. So yeah, I think for now it remains a personal project, a personal deck, just for me. Maybe in the future I will reconsider. It would need a lot of work because, like I say, some of the drawings are naff. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I'm happy at the moment that it's just mine, but we shall see. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.